Alright guys, welcome back to Midwest Whitetail. This is evening number 2 in Texas. We hunted yesterday evening and saw several nice bucks. One management deer, we think it is, 4.5 minimum, 9 point, got a blonde face. He might be on the hit list before the week is out, so hopefully so. But we're back in a different stand this afternoon. This is a stand they call Creekside. And the reason it's called Creekside is because right behind me to the south, there's a creek. Of course, it's dried up now, but there's a creek back there. It's pretty thick along the side of that creek, and we actually think that's where all these deer are bedded and they're gonna come from. This is a really good spot. This is where Hunter killed his deer last year. So we're pretty excited about the evening. It is some kind of hot though. It's October the 11th, I believe it is. It's 90 degrees. It's ridiculously hot. As you can tell, I've got the short sleeve shirt on, but it doesn't make any difference. You still got to be hunting. So we're in Texas. We got a lot of game, a lot of animals. I saw some javelina trying to come in just a few minutes ago, but anyway, a lot of stuff to shoot, a lot of fun to be had. So we're gonna get quiet, settle in. We got about 2 hours before dark, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get us a big mature doe tonight. That's the goal, that's the plan, so we'll see. Alright guys, it's about 20 minutes of legal shooting time left. And right now, we've got one nubby buck still out here. He's been out here just about the whole time. A couple of hogs and a few javelina. We just saw a pretty good 8 point down on the other end by the feeder down there. And he was coming this direction, but I was waiting on him to pop out, but he may do like some of them other bucks did a little bit earlier. They looked down here and saw the javelina, and they just skirted and went somewhere else. So I think that's what's happening. I really don't know. It's kind of unusual to not see but 6 or 7 deer right here. But that's where we're at right now. So we've got a few minutes left. We're gonna kind of keep after it, but looking like night number 2 may end with no kill, unless it happens pretty fast, which is very possible. Just now able to do an interview. We've had deer all over us this morning, and we're trying to kill a mature doe, but it's been real hard. There's a deer coming in right there. Stay tuned. All right, guys, well, this is the finished product of a good morning. We've been trying hard for the last day and a half to get on a mature doe, and it has been tough. I've really only seen one, and then this morning I had 3 come in. This doe right here actually was trying to come in, and 2 others wouldn't let her, even though they were smaller. And then they ran off, kind of spooked off, and then probably 30 minutes later she came out. Took her 15 minutes to work into where I could get a shot, but finally got a shot at her. Hit her a little bit high, but nonetheless, she's laying here. We got the first deer down of the season, a big old doe, and so hopefully now we can be on to some bucks. It's about 6 o'clock, and we just got to the stand here in South Texas for the afternoon hunt. We also have a couple of shooter bucks in this area that we're looking for. One of them is just a big mainframe 6. He's got no brow tines at all. He's an old deer, and so we're after him. And then the other one is a pretty wide 8-point, but he just doesn't have much tine length either. And so he's on our hit list this afternoon, and he's been showing up in this particular spot. So it's 97 degrees. It is smoking hot in this blind. There's no ventilation whatsoever, so it's going to be a hot sit. We've got about an hour and a half before dark, and so we feel pretty optimistic about it. But if nothing else, we're just going to be able to put some eyes on what's moving around over here and make a game plan for it in the morning. But hopefully tonight we can get a mature doe or one of those shooter bucks. There's a couple of more bucks in this area too that we can shoot, but we'll just have to see if they come in or not. Hang around with us, sweat with us, and we'll show it to you as we see it. Well, we thought we were going to end this thing early. We had a doe come in early, and I was waiting on her to get broadside and get a little bit closer. And some bucks started coming out, pushed her off, and then we noticed a few more bucks coming out, and one of the bucks that we're actually in here targeting, he comes walking out, and he starts heading this way. And those other bucks followed him, and they went into the brush like they were coming down here. But I sat here for like 15 minutes, and they never made it down here. And then the feeder went off, and they all showed up down there. So we're about 100 yards from the feeder, and all the deer are down there, and one of our shooters is down there. So it's just a waiting game now. the same stand. The purpose of this afternoon's hunt is to kill a doe, and I saw several mature does in here this morning. I think it'll be a pretty good sit. We'll see as the hours and the clock ticks this afternoon. We'll see what happens, but I'm gonna get quiet, get settled in, and get ready. It's about 5:15 right now. We can shoot till about 7:30, so should be a good sit. We'll see. Sorry I couldn't do an interview this morning, but I had deer all over me even before daylight. We actually came into this spot to hunt a blonde-faced 9-point that we saw on the first morning, and he came in today, but hogs kept running him in and out, and we just could not make it happen on him. We drew back one time, but he turned and was kind of quartering away hard and then walked off, and so we just couldn't make it happen. And so a hog came in and kind of cleared the field out, and the only deer that was left was a 7-point. That was an older, mature 7-point, not much for a rack, but Ron wanted us to shoot him if he came in as well, and so I hit him a touch high. I don't know what the deal is, but I don't know, but he's dead. He's laying right there, and so there's really no recovery necessary for him, so we're excited to be on the board here in Texas with a buck. It's not necessarily one we was after, but it's definitely one we are thankful to get. So we're gonna go down here and check him out. But yeah, excited about the morning, man. All right, guys, well, here he is. We've had a blast here in Texas. We've been here about 5 days now, and we've managed to shoot a few does and see a ton of deer. It's just always a fun place to go. We actually came into this spot this morning looking for a 9-point that I call Blondie. He was kind of on the hit list. I noticed him the first day when I came in here, and so I came in after him this morning, and he came in first deer. It was still dark, and I was just waiting on it to get light, and the hogs came in and run him out, and then he come back in. He come in with this deer and a couple other young bucks, and hogs ran him out again. And then finally, the third time, I was just fixing to get a shot. I actually drew back on him once, and the hogs run him off for the final time. And when he went down the road, I knew that he wasn't coming back. And so there was a little doe out, and then this 7-point, which was our number 2 target, and he was still standing out here. And so I figured I would capitalize on the opportunity and go ahead and put an arrow in him. And so super excited about the hunt, super excited about telling the story, and looking forward to Hunter getting him a deer this afternoon, hopefully. But yeah, it's been a fun week here in Texas, and this is just kind of how we do it in the Southeast. And so we really do appreciate you guys watching. So thank you for tuning in to Midwest Whitetail Southeast, and we'll see you next time.